Cape Ann is a rocky cape in northeastern Massachusetts on the Atlantic Ocean. It is located approximately 30 miles northeast of Boston and marks the northern limit of Massachusetts Bay. Cape Ann includes the city of Gloucester, and the towns of Essex, Manchester by the Sea, and Rockport. Etymology: Cape Ann was first mapped by the explorer John Smith. He had given it the name Cape Trajabigzanda, after his mistress in Istanbul. He had been taken as a prisoner of war and enslaved in the Ottoman Empire. His mistress had fallen in love with him, but Smith later escaped in Russia. When Smith presented his map to Charles I, he suggested that Charles should feel free to change any of the barbarous names into English ones. The king made many such changes, but only 4 survive today. One was Cape Ann, which Charles named in honor of his mother Anne of Denmark. Colony history: the English colony at Cape Ann was first founded in 1623. It was the 4th colonizing effort in New England after Popham Colony, Plymouth Colony and Nantasket Beach. 2 ships of the Dorchester Company, brought 32 in number, with John Tilley and Thomas Gardner as overseers of a fishing operation and the plantation, respectively. This colony predated Massachusetts Bay Charter and Colony. For that reason, members of the colony were referred to as Old Planters. The first great house in New England was built on Cape Ann by the planters. This house was dismantled on the orders of John Endicott in 1628, and moved to Salem to serve as his governor's house. By 1634 the name of Cape Ann was already established, as it is mentioned and depicted on maps in William Wood's New England's Prospect, first published in that year. Communities: the entire of Cape Ann lies within Essex County, anchored by the city of Gloucester, the nexus of the local fishing industry. Other towns on Cape Ann include Rockport, at the tip of the cape, and the towns of Essex and Manchester by the Sea, which are located where Cape Ann joins the mainland. Local culture: at the end of Cape Ann, and splitting Gloucester into 2 parts, is the Anasquam River. Many locals who live in Gloucester and Rockport refer to the land east of the Anasquam as the island. There is a waning but still persistent sense of independence that exists amongst some of those living there who are from old families that they rarely, or never, cross over the bridge, since everything they need is on the island. The island has its own schools, water supply, and even its own hospital, the Addison Gilbert Hospital. Popular culture: Cape Ann is the location of the fictional town of Sea Harbor, the setting of the Seaside Knitters Mysteries by author Sally Goldenbaum. Sea Harbor is on the coast, with Gloucester as its nearest neighbor town. Cape Ann is also featured as the setting for the Harry Chapin song, Dogtown. The fictional Gloucester Island, in 1966 Cold War comedy film The Russians Are Coming. The Russians Are Coming is supposedly located off Cape Ann, and was named for the city of Gloucester. The book Slaughterhouse-Five mentions Cape Ann as the honeymoon location for the main character Billy Pilgrim, also the location of main character's home in the book Trouble. Cape Ann is the title of the 5th and final section of T.S. Eliot's poem, Landscapes, which lists the coastal birds of the region. Additionally, the title of his poem The Dry Salvages refers to a cluster of rocks off the N.E. coast of Cape Ann, Massachusetts. The fictional town of Paradise, setting of the Jesse Stone novels, is near Cape Ann, which is briefly mentioned in Night and Day.